Hey there, welcome to my Aries friends. My name is Angel with Ninth House Collective. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is going to be your March reading and energy update where we are going to focus on growth and expansion, right? How we can gain awareness and insight and really transform and overcome the obstacles we challenge and the challenges that we face within our lives, right? So I'll be using tarot and my Moonology deck, as well as feeling into my body and seeing what messages come through around our energy centers or our chakra centers, to bring messages around what energy we need to release, what energy we can welcome in, that's for our highest good. What actions can we take, or how can we expand some concepts or think of things in a different way to affect this positive flow within our lives? All right, guys, so that's what we're going to be doing. For my Aries friends, I like to always take just a minute, ask you to focus on your breath and just kind of let the day slide away. We're always so go, 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 right? Just take a moment to focus on your breath. I'm going to ask to be a clear channel as I shuffle up the cards and get your energy in there, and then we'll jump into your reading. Okay, what is it that my beautiful Aries friends, what is it that they need to hear in regards to the energy of March? What is the energy that would be best served if they left it behind? And what would be the highest energy for them to lean into? What actions can they take? What thoughts or concepts could they expand to really help them along their journey in March and really stay in the most flow? Allow me to be a clear channel, connecting only with the energies of unconditional love, the highest of healing, and the utmost wisdom. What is it that my beautiful friends, what do they need to hear in regards to the energy of March? All right, Aries, let's see what messages come through. It's a little cold here in my Reiki studio. I just turned on the heater, so I have my blankie with me. So anyway. All right, the messages for my beautiful Aries. We have Knight of Wands, we have Six of Pentacles, and we have Queen of Wands. All right. So we've got Wand energy and Pentacle energy. And the Pentacle energy that's centered in the energy that you're most currently kind of sitting in right now, is the Six of Pentacles, right? Which really speaks about equity between how we give and receive within the relationships, within the circumstances, that really foster safety, security, and really feeling just supported in life, right? So that card showed up in its inverse position. I'm jumping right into the middle card, but that's the one that is jumping out at me currently. So see, Aries, this card showed up in its inverse. When it is upright, this speaks to equity, right? Where you're putting your time, energy, effort in, you're gaining something from it, right? You leave feeling good. You leave feeling filled up. It is, it's equitable, right? But when it shows up, this is cautioning you about there's some imbalances within certain themes within your material world, right? So pentacles can represent our physical selves. It can be our relationship with money. It can be around our career and how we earn money. It can be about relationships, especially within our home life, right? So it's about those things that create safety within the material world for us, right? That are focused kind of more on like survival. So, and the other energy that came in strong is the Wands. So we're going to jump back now to the first card that presented. So the card that came up was the Knight of Wands, and it came in its inverse manner. So let's talk on Wands, okay? Wands, when I read for personal growth and development, Aries, they really correlate to your passions, your dreams, your purpose, your goals, right? It can be it can be about spirituality or your connection with however it resonates for you, the divine, the universe, source, religion, spirituality, right? It can speak to that also, but the energy that you're being called to leave behind is, remember, it came in its inverse manner. So it speaks to taking action. But what you want to do is bring this energy in where you're following and taking action towards your passions, right? When it's in its inverse manner, again, like the Six of Wands, it speaks to an imbalance that needs to have the light shown on it at this time. So Aries, I would ask you, because I have two centers now that are really buzzing in my body. If I didn't mention in the intro, I will tune into my body and bring messages forth around the chakra centers. So for my Aries friends, the two centers that would be most beneficial for you guys to nurture in March is going to be your sacral and your solar plexus. So let's talk about your passions, your goals, your dreams, and your desires, right? Often linked to like our purpose, right? Where are you not living up to and really honoring your deepest desires, okay? When I have these two centers buzzing, the story and the concepts that I want you to think about, we're going to start with the sacral center. The sacral center is typically blocked by feelings around guilt. And so I'm feeling like there is some action that is, you're not pursuing your dreams, your goals, and your passions in the highest aspect because there's still some kind of unprocessed and stuck emotions around guilt, and solar plexus is shame. So I'm going to throw that in before I speak on solar plexus. But those are the emotions that have not been processed that can get stuck in those centers. So where could you unwind and kind of broaden your perspective around where you may hold some guilt or some shame that might be causing blocks within your life and maybe not allowing you to reach your fullest potential and follow your goals, your dreams, and your desires in the most aligned manner, okay? So when we move into what you need to welcome in, I told you, we spoke about this card already, it's about equity and equality within how we spend our time, money, and energy within our material world, right? How we give to our health, how we earn money, the relationship that we have with money, the balance between our home life and our career life, right? These are some of the concepts that this is what wants to welcome in, is this equity and this balance. So because they showed up in its inverse manner, that's kind of what I want you to reflect on, okay? So for your sacral center, the best way to nurture that center connects us with, it's kind of like where our creative selves and our emotional selves merge. It is the center that correlates to joy and pleasure, right? If the center is blocked, we may have some issues around our reproductive organs. And so that's how it manifests physically when out of balance for a while. Think of your, the area around just below your belly button, right? But it correlates to our sexuality, our creativity, and being able to allow the highest and most aligned joy and pleasure within our lives, right? It's upside down. We want to switch that energy to high aligned. And the way that you're going to be achieving that is really welcoming in more equity within those themes in your life, right? Health could be about a health goal that maybe you keep going back and forth on. Health, it could be about letting go of an unhealthy addiction or habit, sugar, drinking, whatever it is, right? Like there's so many addictions. It could be mindless scrolling, whatever it is that can affect your health, right? Because that also is mental health and emotional health, right? And sacral, again, is about emotional stability and really ties into the emotional center. So best way to nurture that, my Aries friends, is lean into joy and play. Solar plexus, best way to nurture that is to flip the inner critic, right? We all have those thoughts that pop into our head, right? Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Am I smart enough? Do I have the skill set? Am I this enough, that enough? Whatever your story is, we all have that. It's time to rewire that and say, ooh, I'm a little nervous about this. This is kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone, but I'm smart. I know I can figure out what I don't know and move forward in a different story, right? For actions to take, again, it's nurturing your passions, your dreams, your goals, and your desires. You got double wand energy in this reading. You're jumping from the Knight and progressing through to Queen energy through March, and really aligning and finding the equity within the passions, goals, dreams, and desires, right? Your deepest goals, your deepest desires, moving, like I said, from the Knight to the Wand. So that's a beautiful progression. And you're being called to really look at where you might hold some stories that have that emotion trapped within our body that needs to be released, right? Sometimes we have guilt and shame about things that aren't even ours to hold, right? I know I always tease with my Catholic guilt and my Italian guilt that, yeah, sometimes it's not even ours. We've just been ingrained to think that we should overgive or deplete ourselves or self-sacrifice, right? Or sometimes maybe there is something that we didn't live up to our highest standards. But if you've learned that lesson, Aries, and you made the change and you're sticking with that, let go of the energy, release it, right? Get a new story. Be proud of yourself and where you are. You're really trying to foster in more equity within your relationships right now. Something is out of balance. There's a misalignment there currently, but you are moving forward to the Queen of Wands energy. So great job, Aries. Best way to nurture your solar plexus is flipping that negative critic. Again, you're all spectacular creatures. So I want you to remember to really take the time to nurture you. You've got 2 centers to work on that I think would be really beneficial for you. Again, sacral, our orange center, and solar plexus, which is our yellow center. And to close out your reading, we're going to get a message here from your highest self. What is it that my beautiful Aries friends, especially the ones resonating with maybe some blocks about how you give your time, money, energy, where there are things that could be, where you could create more flow, right? You're being called to take action and really follow those passions in an aligned way as you nurture your passions and goals. With this Queen energy showing up. So it's really beautiful energy. Okay, let's see what your Moonology message is to close out your reading for March. And you guys got a new romantic cycle begins. So wands can also be, right, it's about our passions and our goals and our deepest desires. So for some of you, this may be about relationships that there's a new cycle and you're working on letting go of the imbalances within that connection, and really maturing and nurturing that energy. So beautiful, beautiful energy for you guys. Remember, you're spectacular. Take the time to nurture you. Sacral and solar plexus are going to be your centers this month, my Aries friends. All right, I look forward to connecting with you soon.